Hi guys! Welcome back, or welcome to if you are new here. Today I am going to be building upon the last video that I posted, which was a review of the top 10 books that I read in 2022, and I'm going to be discussing and deep diving a book that I read in late 2022, was on that list, and subsequently altered the entire course of my 2023. And so I'm going to be discussing, here's the whole one, it's called The Year of Less, How I Stopped Shopping, Gave Away All My Belongings, and Discovered Life is Worth More Than Anything You Can Buy. So to start with a brief synopsis, this book is part memoir, part self-development. It mostly is discussing her journey over the course of a single year, or maybe 2 years to broaden it, where she decluttered her whole house. She gave away 70% of her belongings. She researched the zero waste movement, and she basically had an entire shopping ban where she was only able to purchase consumables. I call this partial self-development because in the book she will list out, like, here was my list, here's what I could buy, here's what I couldn't, here was my approved shopping list, this is what I would do, this is what I did, but also part memoir, because throughout the book she would also relate it all back to her childhood or past memories that she had. So we also learned a little bit about her life and her family and her livelihood throughout her discussing her year of less. I really loved this book because it took a look at the challenges that would arise and the new experiences and feelings that you would get after you were no longer able to lean on or lean towards some of your vices, like shopping, or for her it was shopping, coffee, food, and alcohol. And when she was no longer able to lean on those, what happened? How did her life change for the better? How did her life change and she thought it was for the worse? And I just thought it was such a unique idea, and I really liked the way that she kind of gave it a no frills approach. She said, this is what I'm doing. She started it in like the middle of the year, so it wasn't like a January 1st, I'm doing this. She started it in like July, and she told people about it, so she was held accountable. And I think originally she had done it, she was doing it for a year, and then she ended up going longer and kept it going for like a year and a half or 2 years. But all in all, that's like a brief synopsis of what this book was about, what it was discussing. And now I'm gonna go into how it changed my life. And here we are in 2023. So when I read this, it was maybe October of 2022. I had been thinking about doing a book buying ban for 2023, or for part of 2023, because if you know, you know, but I love shopping for books. I love buying new books, and I always justify it because I'm supporting local bookstores always. So that's always my justification, and how I end up, with hundreds of unread books on my shelves. That's what I was thinking about kind of going into reading this book. And as I was reading it, I just thought it was so interesting. Some of what she was saying about consumeristic lifestyles and kind of getting rid of a bunch of her things, and how it made her feel better, and how she was recognizing and realizing the less she consumed, the better she felt. There was also some other key details about how she wanted to spend her money and spend her time on experiences instead of things. That's something that I really feel as well. I want to be like that. I want to be more like that, where I am, traveling the world and experiencing life to its fullest. And when you're traveling and doing things like that, you don't need 8 pairs of sneakers and a million pairs of different jeans and things like that. Like, with all that in mind, as I was reading it and after I finished it, I played around with the idea of maybe doing it for 6 months. I was trying to think of what that would look like. What would my approved shopping list be? What would my no buys be? While my list is slightly different than hers, I did take her exact way that she wrote it down. After I'd finished reading her book, I went on and did a bunch of research I looked at her blog that she has, I looked at a couple of articles that she read, I took a deep dive into exactly what her list looked like and mirrored mine, but with my own alterations. So I'll put it here on the screen, but this is what my shopping ban list looks like. I have it as the background of my phone, so I can always remember, always keep it in mind that this is what my goal is. This is what it is. I started this in January 1st, 2023. It will be for the duration of this year. I have an approved shopping list, a no buy list, and things I can buy. So I thought I would also dive into a little bit of why I decided to do this, because I think some people would hear about this and, think it's slightly drastic. But I decided to do this because I really wanted to look into what my life would look like and how I would feel if I kicked myself out of my consumeristic cycle. It's a constant cycle of, feeling a little bit down or seeing something cute on Instagram or TikTok and then deciding, oh, I have to have it, I have to have this, going to buy it, spending your hard-earned money, and then it's just a cycle. You wear it a couple of times, then you see something else on TikTok that's just even more perfect, and then you have to buy that, and it's just like ongoing. And so I wanted to get out of that cycle. I wanted to kind of release myself from it. So that's a little bit about the context of why I decided to do this, what it's all about, a little bit about the book. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys want to hear book reviews and book synopsis on the other books that were in my top 10 best books of 2022, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to do that for you guys. I can't stop talking about these books, so I would love to tell you guys all about them. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!